We taught it. Very important idea. What was the first thing we said in class? First thing ever. We said you have to look up. You have to see. Today's a beautiful day for looking up. Beautiful what's going on in heaven today. Physical heavens. Good morning. I said the bracha on the way up before I came up. But we're besmichas. We're still connected with Lag BaOmer, so we could mention. It's a good idea to mention Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. What did we learn in the first lesson in this class? Everything has a body and a soul. So Rabbi Shimon taught that there are three things, three rings, all interconnected, one with the other, and that's not athletics. They are Torah and the Jewish people, and Hashem. Three things. Hashem and the Torah and the Jewish people are like three interconnected rings. But there's another part to the statement. It's a teaching of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. When you read in somewhere, Torah is the Jewish people and Hashem are all connected. That's from Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. That's what he taught. But he added to that another statement. Hidden and revealed. Hidden and revealed means body and soul. The revealed part of each one is the physical aspect, what it is. God bless you. Why do we say God bless you?
I think because
Why?
Back in the Middle Ages or something, people used to think that sneezing was like a spirit upon you.
Yeah.
The Middle Ages, like 3,000 years ago. In the times of mankind, since mankind existed. When people would die, they didn't get sick and die. They sneezed, and that was it. How did he? It says in the Torah, Hashem breathed a living soul into the nostrils of man. That's where your life comes from. That's your soul, the living soul. When it came time to leave the world, achoo, out it went. So Yaakov Avinu said, I think I need a little time to get ready. So Hashem said, okay. So he was the first one ever got sick. Before that, there was no sickness in the world. So Hashem did him a favor. He got sick so he could do tshuva and be prepared to meet his maker.
You said Yaakov?
So therefore, Yaakov. So therefore, when a person sneezes, we say good health. Zu gesund, that's Yiddish for good health. It's also German. I don't know what you say in Moroccan. My wife didn't teach me. In Hebrew, they say labriut, which means good health. Oh, Andrea is here. Okay, now, hidden and revealed. That means to say everything has a body and a soul. So there's and they're connected to each other. So in godliness, we have hidden and revealed. We have the obvious aspects of godliness that everyone can understand for themselves and perceive by themselves and write their own books about it. It's just obvious. It's in front of our eyes. And then there's a hidden side, which is not, it's hidden. Hidden means it's not in front of our eyes. Hide and seek. See if you can find me. No. You can't find it. So what's the revealed side of God? He's the source of life. I love my life. Everybody. Some say, I don't love my life. Yes, you do. Someone came to grab you, heaven forbid, and threatened you, heaven forbid, with who knows what. Either robbing your money or robbing your this or that. You would cry, help! I don't want to die. We don't want to. We want to live. We want to live. Everybody wants to live. It's a natural instinct in every living creature to desire to live. If I come into the kitchen and there are ants and I go like this, they all run. Turn on the lights, the cockroaches head for the walls. Why? Because they want to live. Everything in the world wants to live. So that's revealed. God gives life to every living thing, and it's very inspiring. Go. down to the seaside, and you see the sunrise, you see the sunset. This morning at before 7 o'clock, I walked by the Rebbe's house. I stopped. I looked up to the right of the Rebbe's house, between the Rebbe's house and the house next door. There was the moon. It was a waning moon. Waning means getting smaller, but it was beautiful. Pale pastel sky, pastel blue sky. I told you about this last month, the same thing. Towards the end of the month, you get to see the sun setting in the west when it's still morning. So when we see the wonder of Hashem's creation, everywhere, go to Brazil, you see the biggest waterfalls in the world. Go to Venezuela, they also have waterfalls. Go to Niagara Falls, don't fall over. Go to botanical gardens. Go anywhere. You see Hashem's creation. Walk along President Street, you see the gardeners cutting the grass and planting the buds and the flowers coming up. We saw how the buds came out on the trees. Now they're covered in foliage. It's beautiful. We live in a beautiful, beautiful world. Hashem created a beautiful world for us to live in. That's obvious. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see these, to understand this, to see this with your own eyes. What's the hidden side? If that's the real side of God, what's the hidden side of God? Remember, this is our first lesson. Remember? What's the hidden side of God? That his life is infinite. We can never perceive the essence of what his life is. All we see is the manifestation of his life, the life that's in all things. But where do all these things come from? That's a level of life we can't perceive. That's a surrounding level. It's higher, can't be contained anywhere. It's higher than the whole of creation. And it's so hidden. This is the amazing thing, is that Hashem creates the whole world in such a manner that he hides himself, that we see the world and we don't see him creating it. Even we see a beautiful sunset or sunrise, inspiring. You don't see Hashem because he hides it. And that's the fact. What's greater? That he creates life, is the source of life, or that he hides life? What's greater? Which is a more powerful horror? Which is greater power?
Hiding?
I think so. Which is greater? The rider that kicks the horse to make it go? Or the rider who pulls on the reins and makes the horse stop? Who has greater power? Huh?
The second one. The second one.
The second one. So we have we have two souls as well. It says chapter 1. Everything chapter 1. When I was in school, my teacher taught me everything has to be in the first chapter. Everything has to be in the first paragraph. Everything has to be in the first sentence. Everything has to be in the title. Profound truths. The power of restraint is greater than the power of giving. If Hashem did not restrain his great love for us, there'd be no world. He hides himself. This is the topic of the Tanya we learn these days. Hashem hides himself in order that there should be a creation where he is hidden. And out of this hiddenness, it's possible for us to do mitzvahs and learn Torah and bring the light of Hashem from even higher than a level of creation into creation. That's in a nutshell what life is all about. But to understand that, I'm just saying the words. To understand it, you have to meditate and think about it and think into it. It says the Rebbe Maharash thought into these ideas so deeply, he came to a point where he could not see the physical world. Other Rebbeim, I've heard about other Rebbeim too. He said, I don't see the world here. I just see the godliness. I just see godliness. One Rebbe who was very, very ill. He said, I don't see the physical world. His son said, he said, I'm not physical. His son said, but I'm touching you. He says, your physical is touching my physical, but I'm not physical. Holy people tap into higher levels of godliness. So that's it. So the revealed side of God is the source of all life in the whole world. That's called Mamali Kol Almin. He fills everything with life. And Soyu Kol Almin is a transcendent level. There's no higher, there's no lower, there's no right, there's no left, there's only God. We can't begin to understand that because we live in a world where there's up and down and right and left, and north, east, princess, summer, fall, winter, spring. Okay, and now the Jewish people have also a revealed side and a hidden side. This is all in the Zohar. It's from the Zohar. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. This is his teaching. What's the revealed side of the Torah? Anybody knows anything about Judaism? Well, most people nowadays know nothing about Judaism. But anybody knows a little bit knows what is the Torah. Now, please, what's her name?
Valeria.
What?
Valeria.
Valeria. Valeria from
Colombia.
Colombia. That's where the cocaine comes from. As in Coca-Cola. They have gangs. Very violent. They kidnap children from millionaires. They kidnap them, yes. That's how the gangs make their money. Dangerous place. Rabbi Rosenfeld is the shaliach there in Colombia, right? Very fine, but he's available. His father passed away. Chaim. So the revealed part of the Torah, we all know what it is. It's 5 books of the Torah. There's Nevi'im, there's prophets, there's writings, the story of David the Melech, King Shaul, all the leaders of the Jewish people, Nehemiah, Ezra. Teachings we learn from every single one of them. Every line teaches us how to live and how to behave and how to serve Hashem. Our holidays, our ethics, our morals, principles. Work hard. We learn that from Yaakov Avinu. When he ran away from his brother Esau, right? Esau wanted to kill him. So he had to work for his uncle Lavan, the swindler. His mother's brother was a swindler par excellence. The Haggadah begins. An Aramean tried to kill our father. Who is that? That's Lavan. Tried to destroy the Jewish people. We're telling the story about Pharaoh. We have bigger than Pharaoh. We have Lavan. Lavan is a Hebrew word that means white. When he was whiteness, the power of whiteness, which is very, very high power in godliness, fell into darkness. So he wanted to destroy the Jewish people. How did he try to destroy the Jewish people? He wanted that the children of Yaakov should go in his ways, that they should all be part of the business. Yaakov said, no, they have to be part of Hashem's business. And there was a tremendous struggle between them. Yaakov has to run away before Lavan can catch him. And Lavan does catch him. And Lavan says, I could have killed you. I could have killed you. You read it, remember? You didn't notice it. Went by. I could have killed you. But your God came to me last night in a dream and said, don't you dare. So he blessed. Our grandfather is Lavan. That's where we come from. The swindler. So we have it in our blood to swindle the Yetzer Hara. Yaakov says, if you come to swindle, I can swindle too. So that's all the revealed part of the Torah. Our holidays, rules and regulations. The Shulchan Aruch is Torah. That's revealed. Everybody knows. Yeah, you have a quote. Very many stories, Famous story of this family in Madagascar. The father was Egyptian. He didn't know he was Jewish until the Arabs all declared war on the newborn state of Israel, and he found himself thrown in jail. For what? He was a college student, because you're Jewish. So he found out he was Jewish. When the war was over, he was released. He was able to go to Israel, and he became a soldier in the army. And he went to college and became a PhD in mathematics, became a professor, a brilliant person. And he married a girl like himself who was an officer in the Israeli army. And he got a job to go to Madagascar. I think that's what it's called. The island off of Australia. Is that what it's called?
Oh, that's New Zealand.
What's it called?
New Zealand?
What?
New Zealand?
No, New Zealand isn't an island off of Australia. New Zealand is a country in its own right.
Yes. Are you
No,
talking
no.
about,
No, I'm talking about an island off of Australia.
Queensland?
What?
Queensland?
No. That's a province in Queensland, a province in Australia. It's not an island. Anyway, I think it's not Madagascar. It's a different name. It'll come to me. I'm at that age, girls. I forget names all the time. What's your name, by the way? Anyway, he got a job on this island where there had been, and so they moved. And when they left, her mother, who was from Poland, she was a survivor. She said, "Listen, no, she's not religious. They were not completely not. He knew nothing about Judaism. Nothing. He was brought up like an Egyptian." She made them promise if they have a child, they'll give the child a bris. That was her entire legacy. And guess what? They had a child. Now, when he arrived in the island, arrived there, one day a delegation of local Jews came and knocked on his door. "Welcome. Thank you. You know, we have a synagogue here." "No, I didn't know." "Yeah, it's a very beautiful synagogue. It has a history." "Oh, lovely, very nice. I don't go to synagogue." He says, "Well, we have a situation." He said, "We came to tell you that we don't go to synagogue either. But there used to be a Jewish community here. And they all sort of moved away or died. And they left this beautiful, gorgeous synagogue. And nobody went. Nobody used it. There was one person who used to go every Saturday and unlock the gates and go inside and sit there for an hour and then leave. Just that the shul should not be abandoned. Now he died. We can't just let it disappear. We have a responsibility. Since we're here, we have a responsibility." He says, "Well, what do you want from me?" They said, "I'll tell you what we want from you. We want you to come on Saturday morning and lead us in prayer." He says, "I don't pray." He said, "Well, we don't pray either, but you're Israeli and you can read Hebrew, so you got to come." "Sorry, we hope that you would welcome the idea, but this is the way it's got to be. You came to live here, this is your responsibility. You cannot betray the trust that was passed over to you from that one man who did not give up keeping the doors of the shul open, and we are not going to allow the doors of the shul to be closed, but we don't know how to pray. And you do." He said, "No, I don't know." He said, "But you can read Hebrew." "We can't." So Saturday, he had to get on his motorbike, and ride to shul. And they opened the doors and he came in and he gave him a siddur. He didn't know where he was supposed to read. So he started at the beginning and he read till the end as quickly as he could. Everything. Brachas, before, after, everything, read the whole thing. Week after week, after week after week. After a while, it started to get to him because he knew the meaning of a lot of the words that he was reading. It started to have an effect. And he started to think about, he saw it says you shouldn't make a fire on Shabbos, so maybe I shouldn't take my motorbike to shul on Shabbos. So he decides he's going to walk. Okay, going to walk. Next day, there's a delta. We saw you walk to shul. Why'd you walk to shul? He says, well, it's the Sabbath. So what? You drove your motorbike until now. Well, I decided I wouldn't drive my motorbike on Sabbath. And then his wife became pregnant. And they needed a moil. How'd they get a moil? They sent a letter to the mainland, that's Melbourne, right? We need a moil. So a moil showed up. Moil showed up. He made the bris. And they said to him, listen, we don't know anything about Judaism. Is there a book about how to be Jewish? He said, sure. What is it? It's called the Code of Jewish Law. Could you send it to us? He said, okay. Then their troubles began. I don't know if any of you ever looked into the Code of Jewish Law. It was written in the 1800s. You know how it starts? I'm sure you all read the first few paragraphs and then close the book, like everybody. Because the first few paragraphs are about how a Jew conducts his life. It's not an introduction to Judaism. It's what do you do in the morning? What do? You go to the bathroom. So here's the laws about going to the bathroom. That's your introduction to Judaism. Thank you very much. I wanted my father to get interested in Yiddishkeit. He knew a lot because he grew up in a Yiddish community, in Jewish community, but he never had much education. He was an orphan, never had much education. So I was very interested in learning about Yiddishkeit, and I read the Pirkei Avos, a book of the essence of philosophy is contained in this book. It's called Avos, Fathers, because it's the father of all wisdom. So I sent it to my dad. I thought he'd be interested. He's a smart man. He read the first chapter and it says, don't talk too much to your wife. Thank you. Whoever talks too much to his wife loses his, he's going to inherit, he's going to go to hell. Because it's not going to lead to anything productive. It's going to lead to all kinds of things. It's going to talk a lot of lashon hara, a lot of gossip, and a lot of politics. So much, all the fights that take place between people, Moshe and Korach, was the wives made the problem. Korach's wife was jealous. Why? Talk to your wife too much, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. And that's not just what it means. It means if you talk to your wife a lot, that means a lot of the time you're not learning Torah, which you have an obligation to be learning Torah. I mean, there's a wisdom in what they said, but it's like the introduction to Judaism is how do you wipe when you go to how do you wipe yourself properly? Use your left hand, not your right hand, not this finger, not that finger. Come on, give me a break. That's all the revealed. Oh, so what happened to them? So they got the book of Shulchan Aruch. What does a person read when they read the Shulchan Aruch? Think back to yourself. What was the first thing you read when you read the Shulchan Aruch? You read about the blessings. Okay, that's a bit heavy. So what's the next thing you read about? You read about dating, family life. What? And she starts, and then you read about, you're not sure you can handle that. Well, what are the kosher laws? I know there's kosher laws. What are they? You're not sure you can handle that either. Can't have the blood. It has to be slaughtered. What am I going to do? Where am I going to get food? Panic. And there they were in this island. Google it up. The island off of Australia. What's it called?
Tasmania.
What?
Tasmania. Is it Tasmania?
Tasmania. Yeah, maybe it is. Could be. It's Tasmania. Not Madagascar, Tasmania. Yeah, it's a beautiful island, beautiful. And a gorgeous shul that the Jews from the 1800s built there that nobody used anymore. And so they read, and she's a PhD on top of a PhD in psychiatry. She's a powerful intellect. She's also an officer in the Israeli army. And she reads about all this and she says, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go to the ocean? She doesn't know what to do. And she's walking around And on the dishes, what's she supposed to do with her dishes? What's she supposed to do with food? And she's crying in her heart. Hashem, Hashem, she's saying. If somebody, please send somebody to help me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Her mother made her promise that they should give the child a bris, but look what it led to. Now she's in a total state of total confusion. Her name is Hasofer. I forget her first name. I heard the whole story from her personally. I was a student, and I was eating in a certain house, so they took in a lot of guests, and they were Shabbos guests one Shabbos. She told me the whole story. And they get a letter from Rabbi, what's his name again? Another senior moment. Chief Rabbi of Australia, Gutnick, Rabbi Gutnick, the father of the Gutnicks. He's a Cohen. So he comes to his wife. He says, you know, I got a strange letter from the Rebbe. He says I should go find out what's going on in Tasmania. Why does the Rebbe want me to go to Tasmania? There's no Jews in Tasmania. She says, what? You call yourself a chassid of the Rebbe? He tells you to go and you're saying, why did you? What's he thinking about? How do you dare have such a thought? So then he felt doubly terrible because he had this mitzvah to go there and he was questioning the Rebbe. Chassid doesn't question the Rebbe, he just does what the Rebbe tells him to do. How can an army run if every soldier questions the general? So he sends a letter to Tasmania, to the Jewish community of Tasmania, and he's coming on such and such a day, such and such a time. His plane arrives. They are waiting for him. Dr. and Mrs. They're both doctors. Dr. and Mrs. Sofer in the Israeli army are waiting for him. He gets off the plane and there they are. They said, Rabbi, you saved our lives. You don't know what you did. You came here. There's a story she told me. I didn't forget these details. And so he explained to me, no, you don't have to go to the ocean. It's recommended not to go to the ocean. And he begins to teach them. And they become Balei Tshuva. So that's all about the revealed side of the Torah, the laws of the Torah. So in the Torah, we have the revealed side, but then there's what's the hidden side of the Torah? The hidden side of the Torah is the secrets of the Torah, the godliness that's in every word and every concept and every story and every letter. What's an Aleph? It says in a Yom Yom. The Alter Rebbe had a son, Mittler Rebbe. When the son was born, he said, I have a son, I have to hire a teacher. So he took a student, one of the students was learning by him, and he said, you have a mitzvah to support your family. I have a mitzvah to educate my son. Let's trade. You educate my son, and I'll support your family. He said, but Rebbe, I don't know how to educate your son. How am I supposed to teach him? He said, teach him Aleph base. What's an Aleph? An Aleph is a dot above. What's the dot above? Hashem. And a dot below, what's the dot below?
The world?
Your neshama. And a line that connects them. There's a different version of what he said. He says it's a dot above is God, the dot below is either the world or the neshama, and the line is the Torah and mitzvahs. Connected. Both versions are accepted. That's what's an opposite. What am I telling you? I'm telling you that every single letter is like this. Every letter has contains a whole world. But it's not obvious. It's hidden. That's the hidden side of the Torah. What's the hidden side of the Torah is the godliness, the holiness that's in it. So we have God and we have the Torah, two rings connected, because God and the Torah are one thing. It's Hashem's Torah. They're Hashem's mitzvahs. He does them. It says we have a mitzvah in the Torah to get married. How does Hashem get married? Yom Chasanasa is Matan Torah. The day of Hashem's marriage is the giving of the Torah on Shavuos. It's a wedding. It's our wedding day. We are the Kala. We are Hashem's bride. But that's the hidden side. Ask someone on the street, what are the Jewish people? They're not going to say they're Hashem's bride. So now we get to the third ring, which is the Jewish people. What's obvious about the Jewish people? They're smart. Ask anybody. What do you know about the Jewish people? Demonstrating on the campus. What are you demonstrating against? You were living in the land of the Middle East for thousands of years. What was it? Swamps, desert, no economy, no nothing, a few goats. That's all you had. Came the survivors of the Holocaust. And within almost overnight, farms, orchards, productivity becomes a world center for intelligence, computers, all the businesses, big businesses moved to Israel to have these Jewish guys. But you figure out how to send missiles, they figured out how to make an Iron Dome. They're smart people. Everybody knows. What are the Jewish people? They're smart. People of the book. What book? Torah book. These are obvious. They're industrious. Wherever they go, they're hard workers. They bring blessing. Wherever they go, they bring blessing. They bring the Sabbath. They bring holidays. They bring ethics and morality. Judges. Law and order, civilization, knowledge, science, philosophy. The Jewish people, wonderful people. They're wonderful people. That's the revealed side of the Jewish people. Like my father used to tell me, all over Shalom. That's a memory. Just in the street that I grew up, he was an orphan. His brothers and sisters were also orphans. The street where they grew up was not a good area. He said all the kids on the street where I grew up ended up in jail. And we, the Jewish kids on the block, we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps. That was his expression. We pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps. When my father was 16 years old, his older sister said, "You're good in arithmetic, you're going to be an accountant." And she enrolled him in accountant school. By the time he was 21, he was practicing accountant. Industrious. That's the revealed side of the Jewish people. Throughout the ages, kings and rulers took Jewish people to be their advisors. Why? They're smart. Where does it come from? Is it a gift from God? Is it in the genes because of generations of people who learned Torah's wisdom, so it just passed down, that became ingrained in them? Maybe. Or is it something godly within their soul that connects them with godliness? That's the revealed side of the Torah, of the Jewish people. What's the hidden side of the Jewish people? I'm not going to answer that. You tell me. I've told you 100 times.
The neshama.
What?
The neshama.
The neshama, yeah. And how does it express itself? It's in Hayom Yom. We've said it in this class at least 100 times, 10 times, at least 10 times. 100 times is an exaggeration. 10 times is real. What?
With the garments?
With the garments? Yeah, in the garments of the soul. Okay. So good, you tried. You're not wide of the mark. But what I'm looking for, you're not going to guess it. The mark of the Jewish people, the essence of the Jewish person is a Jewish person cannot and will not allow himself to be separated from God. No matter what. He'll put his life on the line. He leads a completely non-religious life, but they say, convert or we'll kill you. He says, I'm sorry. I don't bow down to idols. I cannot worship a false God. Where did it come from? Because it's like, where did the oil get it? How did the oil get into the olive?
How do you explain
Who put the olive in? Who put the oil in the olive? They have a syringe that before the olive, as the olive is ripening, there's an angel comes along and squirts olive oil into every olive. But when you press the olive, the oil comes out, and when you crush a Jew, the godliness comes out. They go to the gas chambers and they cry out, "Hear, O Israel, Hashem is our God, Hashem is one." And even though the Mashiach didn't come yet, I know he's going to come. And they go to the gas chambers. Wow, who ever heard of a people like this? Yes, Esther.
So what about all the people that convert to Christianity or?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
What about the people that convert to Christianity or Islam?
You learned this. We just learned it. The spirit of foolishness enters into their heart, and they think they're still Jewish because they're still good people. But if they realize that this is going to cut them off from God, this is going to make an iron curtain between them and God, they won't do it. Unless they're mentally deficient. Which I've had, whenever I've had to deal with people who convert to Christianity, I see there's the only people throughout the centuries of attempts to convert Jewish people with torture and all kinds of persecutions. The only ones they ever succeeded with are a few idiots, a few people. And when I say idiot, I don't mean a derogatory sense. I mean people who are mentally deficient. And you speak to them, you talk to the wall. There's no one to talk to. Even the story Avner. I told you the story of Avner. Avner.
With the Ramban?
Yeah, the Ramban. He was a brilliant student. He left Yiddishkeit, became a powerful minister in the government, I think of Portugal. And on Yom Kippur, he ordered the Ramban to come to him, and he slaughtered a pig, roasted it, and ate it on Yom Kippur. Which, if he doesn't believe in ritual, that's a pretty ritualistic way of doing things. If you think about it, everything he did was an anti-ritual. And he said to him, "Why? How did you fall so low?" He says, "It's your fault." "My fault? Why is it my fault?" She says, "Because you said every Jewish name is in this Parsha Hazinu. My name where's my name in Hazinu?" He says, "I don't know, but it must be there, because I told you the truth." So show me where. So he thought, and he thought of the pasuk, and the third letter of each word of that pasuk. Ashbisu miyanesh ve'amarti ashbisu miyanesh zichram. In my anger, I said the name of should be Ashbisu lesson Shabbos should be vanish. Third letter spells Rabbi Avner, Reish Avner. And he realized that everything he had done in life was based on a mistake. He said, "What am I doing now?" He says, "Fulfill your pasuk. This is your pasuk. Fulfill it." He went down to the port. He rented a boat. He went out to sea, and that was his tshuva. He never came back. Where did that come from? He led a completely anti-religious life. Where did it come from? Because the essence of the Jew is when you realize that he's going to be cut off from God, you can't do it. It says Shema Yisrael. And now the sum of this whole Torah of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is that there are three rings that are interlocked. So the hidden level of each ring connects with the revealed level of each ring. So why are the Jews such a special people? Because they're connected to God. Why is the Torah so special? Because it's so full of laws and wisdom and everything. What's the hidden? What is it connected to? It's connected to the source of all these ideas in God. And the revealed part of God is He's the life of everything. And the hidden part of that is way beyond anything we can even talk about. So hidden connects with revealed. Revealed connects with hidden on every one of these three levels. And then also you say that the revealed level of the Jewish people connects with the revealed level of Torah. And the revealed level of Torah connects us with the revealed level of God. And the hidden level of the Jewish people connects with the hidden level of Torah, which connects with the hidden level of God. Hidden and revealed. It's amazing teaching, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Now you got the whole thing. Now you can teach it to your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. When you go to work in some Chabad house, you're not going to teach that to little kids, but you're going to teach it in a class or on Shabbos, Shabbaton to the people that you're with. That was our class today. That's because not everybody here was the first class, only you two girls. You're my faithful students.
Yes.
I had a teacher when I was learning, and when I finally made my way to yeshiva after everything. So I had a teacher who used to say, my beloved children, beloved children. That's what you girls are all. You're my beloved children. So anyway, I got to speak to Rabbi Majeski about how we should conclude the year. I have my own ideas, what we should do. He may say, just keep on going, chapter one thing at a time. But I'm going to ask him if we could maybe focus on some key chapters as we go along. Okay? L'chaim, girls, l'chaim. You know why we have Lag BaOmer? If Lag BaOmer is such a great day, why does it come before Shavuos? You don't have to stand in the hallway. You could come in. There's also Torah going on in this class. The Rebbe revealed this, Hasidus reveals that the reason Lag BaOmer comes before Shavuos is because Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai teaches the inner side of the Torah, the soul of the Torah, and that's the real inner preparation for Shavuos, is receiving the body of the whole Torah. So Lag BaOmer is the most appropriate preparation for the festival that's coming up called Shavuot. Why is it called Shavuot? That's a different question. Maybe we'll come back to that tomorrow. What is in the Pesach? We understand means that God left over the Jewish houses, killed the firstborn. Sukkot means we dwelled in booths. What's Shavuos about? Weeks. Come back tomorrow. Not in a week. Tomorrow.
Amen.
There she is. Say hello, everybody.
Thank you, Rabbi Pape. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Singha.
Hi, Andrea. Thanks, Rabbi Pape.
I advise you, sit down together for brain and see if you can remember what we spoke about today. We spoke about a lot of ideas. See if you can remember them. If you have any questions, anything you want to clarify, write down your questions. Come back tomorrow. It's important you should go away